We sort of know this is the biggest secret, best kept secret in the world
Hiding in
that
plain
nobody
sight.
is talking about. But
For those not familiar, the Winklevoss Twins are two of the largest owners of Bitcoin in the world. This past weekend, they were at Bitcoin Miami, and they shared the stage with Pomp and had a long discussion about what they think the future of Bitcoin is.
so we still think it's really early. We think Bitcoin's gold 2.0. It will disrupt gold, so its market cap has to be 10 trillion or more because that's the market cap of gold. So Bitcoin's hovering around 1 trillion now. We still think it's a 10, at least conservatively a 10x from here.
Today, they're two of the largest holders of Bitcoin. I believe they actually went on a trip to Ibiza many years ago, heard about Bitcoin, and really got super long and went all in.
So we keynoted Bitcoin 2013. The price of Bitcoin was $130. I think the market cap was under 3 billion.
They're also the co-founders, as I understand it, of the Gemini exchange.
And the fact that you can come to Gemini earn 2% while you hodl your Bitcoin is amazing because you can't get anything like that from a bank in the traditional system.
This weekend, or this week, down in Miami, they've been talking a little bit about where Bitcoin is today. And their premise is that Bitcoin still has another 1,000% that it can gain over what it's already done today.
So even at 35,000, it feels like a really good buying opportunity long term, because we think at a $10 trillion market cap, we think one Bitcoin will be worth $500,000. And we think that could happen inside this decade, definitely the next 5 years. So we're hodlers at least until $500,000.
And the whole hypothesis here is that Bitcoin is functionally like a digital gold and that it will usurp gold in its market capitalization. I'm not offering any financial advice. I'm not here to say that's going to happen or it's not. I think it's a possibility that it could occur. But what I think is also really interesting about what the two of them had to say while down in Miami is talking about when Bitcoin hits about $500,000 a coin, which is about 12 times what it is today, that you'll actually be able to get financing against your Bitcoins. You'll be able to take out loans against your Bitcoin as you would against another security, and not just through like a BlockFi or some smaller, earlier stage startup, but you'll probably be able to get it through Bank of America or Goldman Sachs. And another part of what makes them really bullish on Bitcoin into the future is looking at how many companies have Bitcoin on their balance sheet that are publicly traded companies, and contrasting that with the amount of potential that Bitcoin has for future publicly traded companies to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. This is the entire thesis behind the wall or the tidal wave of money that could come into Bitcoin because of how large the balance sheets are of publicly traded companies that have just cash sitting on hand when we're talking about the balance sheets. And this number is probably in the trillions of dollars range.
The thing is, I think I looked at, there's 32 companies that have Bitcoin on its back. There's 40,000, about 40, 50,000 publicly traded companies globally on global exchanges, right? 32 of them have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Square, MicroStrategy, Tesla, only 32. Do we think that number is going down or going up? Right? What happens when that number is 500, 100,000, 10,000? What does that do to the price of Bitcoin? It's not even it's like the second pitch of the first inning.
I thought this was very interesting as a whole. I think the Winklevoss twins are two very, very smart guys. I think that they've made some really intelligent plays in the cryptocurrency space. It's hard to argue with the investments that they've made, as they've done incredibly well. And then they're also coupling that with not just being passive hodlers, but also building kind of the picks and shovels into the ecosystem by building the Gemini exchange, which, assuming things kind of continue forward, I would expect they're likely to probably go public in the near future, unless we go into a very quick crypto winter in the near future. But I think that the Gemini exchange has a high likelihood of going public soon.